if they can put me in prison for 9 months for appointing Richard Scrushy, being the 4th governor to reappoint Richard Scrushy, they ought to be able to execute Rick Perry for what he did in Texas. I mean,
Former Alabama Governor Don Siegelman was back in federal court this week after 10 years of court appearances in one of the most egregious cases of politicized justice from the Bush era. This time, Mr. Siegelman faced a new judge seeking disclosures from the U.S. attorneys who prosecuted him, discovery that could get him a new trial. Siegelman claims every governor in the country, including Rick Perry of Texas, who is a contender for the Republican nomination for president, would be subject to investigation and prosecution if the precedent set in his case stands.
We laid out what we wanted to present. I think we did it in a way that the judge and the 11th Circuit, if we have to appeal his order, can understand from the record.
Do you firmly believe that it was calculated misconduct on behalf of Laura Canary? Do you believe that?
Well, you know, what we know is true is that during the time that Laura Canary was investigating me, and during the time of news leaks about a grand jury investigation and Siegelman documents being subpoenaed, we know that her husband was being paid by one of my opponents, handsomely paid. So we know, there's no question that there was a conflict, a gross conflict. But what we don't know is, you know, and we won't know until we see the rest of the documents, is the extent of her involvement in my case after she, you know, supposedly recused.
He is looking to the United States Supreme Court for justice. You know, after all this happened to you, you go in the courtroom in here today, did you feel at least a little more comfortable that you might be getting a fair hearing for a change compared to what you've faced in the past? I don't know.
I want to answer that by saying I think our justice will come when the U.S. Supreme Court gets back in it. Yeah.
Okay, so
that's my guess.
You're not holding out hope of getting a new trial being ordered
No.
for you in this courthouse?
No.